One lawmaker actually is proposing a way for California to cut into its serious shortfalls. He wants to legalize and tax marijuana. Democratic California State Assemblyman Tom Ammiano is the man behind that proposal, and he joins us now from Sacramento. Thank you so much for joining us. First of all,
sure.
You say it's California's biggest cash crop. It's responsible for $14 billion in sales. If it's illegal, how do you know it's a $14 billion business?
Well, there's been advocacy groups who have studied this issue before, and we have medical marijuana here in California, so a lot of the research has been done. We had this authenticated by our Board of Equalization, which is our taxing body here in California, that it's at least $14 billion. Some people are saying that it's underestimated, and we do have some leading economists, including Akerlof and Myron and Milton Friedman, authenticating this, certifying this, and saying that they would support some kind of regulation, legalization, so we could tap into this money for help in our California budget issues.
How exactly would it work? What percentage tax would you want to put on it, and how would you regulate it? Who would you sell it to?
Well, it would be probably, all that to be determined, but it would probably be a retail situation on the order of how we do alcohol. Or the state could actually have the outlets. It looks like with an excise tax of about 5% and a sales tax, we would garner about $1.5 billion in taxes. The regulation would be on the order of, nobody under 21. You couldn't drive under the influence. We would also save a lot of money, according to The Economist, on cost-effective law enforcement. Right now, a lot of our law enforcement resources are spent on minor offenses, yet we have these terrible cartels that have infiltrated California, very violent, very, very corrupt,
Assemblyman,
so there's some...
I have to ask you the obvious question. Are you worried about the message that it sends? Or are you worried about more people using it if you make it legal?
Well, that is something that can be discussed. I'm a father, I'm a grandfather. I certainly don't want to help that industry. However, we can't continue to do wink, wink, nod, nod about it. The war on drugs has failed. I think the answer is regulation and taxation. I think the Obama administration has also messaged this in the past couple of weeks. Mr. Holder, the AG, is saying no more raids of medical marijuana dispensaries. So I think we are going to see a revisiting of this as a public policy question. I know here in California, certainly the money that it could garner is very seductive, but we can also look at it as drug reform, stop hemorrhaging money on a program that's not working, and a lot of the money that we raise could go towards drug abuse programs.
How much support are you getting? What do you think are the odds, seriously, that something like this could go through?
Well, it looks good in terms of the initial response. I'm going to stick with this issue for as long as it takes. The lifespan of a bill coming to the floor and being voted on is usually about a year. I'm going to be here for at least 6 years, and I think we're going to see something that's going to be very, very beneficial to California, not only in the idea of reforming drug policy, but also economically for us. I think the time has come.
Assemblyman Ammiano, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Melissa.